See anything you like? What's the matter? Can I get your ghost, Bob?
Hey, this is PJ Souls, and you are totally watching Death Curse Society. So keep watching.
Totally.
Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. My I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Welcome back to another edition of Monday Maniacs from Death Curse Society. How's everybody doing? I'm Red Crank. I got Zigzag. I got the Colonel. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Welcome to the show. Colonel, how you doing today?
Doing pretty fucking good. Actually got 2 days off in a row.
What?
Federal holiday, brother.
Well,
that never happens.
We're taking volunteers, though.
Wow. I mean, when you got to give credit when credit is due.
Ah, the French.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to pay for it by working next Saturday.
Yeah. It's not like they have a choice to give it to you or not anymore, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, so.
Not bad.
Wow.
Hey,
well,
take it, man.
Enjoy the day off. Unfortunately, you do not have July 7th, 8th, and 9th off, which kind of sucks, but.
7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or the 11th.
See, so right away we're back to the...
Ah, the French.
And I'll even go so far as to add...
On the bright side, though, just real quick, I had a fabulous steak dinner last night. The girls, they were so nice. You know, they just broke out their wallets. Like any good father does, I said, no. You put those away. It's on me.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
You were going to have to anyway, because between the two of them, they probably got about $6.40.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And happy Father's Day, guys. Ziggy, how was your Father's Day?
That was good. That's what I was showing up at night when we went on the air there. My son got me a nice Star Wars themed Father's Day card. Very nice.
Hold on. I just got you.
There you go.
Hold on.
There you go. It says, "A father as great as you only comes around once in a millennium."
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, so cute.
Not bad for a store-bought sentiment.
Nothing about making the Kessel Run in 12 parsniks or anything. I mean, come on. They dropped the ball, I think. The card, the front looks cool, looks great. I'll keep it, but yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, it was a very entertaining week here in Oklahoma. We had a pretty good storm come through. Very short storm, but a pretty good storm come through. And, yeah, it rained on my equipment yet again. But this time was a little bit different because I was inside. The whole fucking roof was, at least in my area, it looked like a waterfall feature in somebody's backyard. It was.
What'd you do? Just
I
pull it?
like started like trying to move stuff out of the way and placing cups and glasses and stuff. That was not going to work. So I was like, all right, guys, give me 5 minutes.
Can we get some pictures here, please?
I'm going to rearrange some shit. And I just kind of like flipped everything around, got a table and laid everything out. And I think I was only down literally though for like 5 minutes. So I was kind of shocked that the emergency plan that I've had in my head stuck around for a while, and I finally was able to put it into motion. But yeah, the best part was, and if you are watching, thank you for offering to help. But when the switch goes off in my head and like things are not going as planned, I don't need your help.
Dude, you remind me of all the times when we're done playing a gig at some shithole bar somewhere in some shithole city, and we're packing stuff up, and inevitably some drunken kid comes up. Help you with this stuff. They start grabbing drums. They're stripping my fucking leg screws and stuff, dude. I mean, it's just like, thank you, but fuck off, go away.
It wasn't quite like that, but it was more of I got a little grumpy just after the 15th or 16th person that wandered up and was like, hey, do you need any help? And I'm like, no, just everybody get the fuck out of my way. Let me get this figured out.
Well, you also got the tab running on your other side of your brain going,
Right.
That is
Right.
all the damage
Okay.
that could be getting caused, right?
Right. If this is damaged, then that's $400. If this is damaged, that's $800.
Yes.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
I once watched a snare drum bag roll down 2 flights of stairs, dude. There's one of these people helping me, and I was just going,
No.
One
No,
day.
it was an adventure. I'll just put it that way. And
Poor
yeah.
Frank.
It was, I'm over it now, because afterwards, the rest of the show went fine. Literally one of the first songs that someone sang after we got reset back up was The Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks, that starts with the sound of a storm. And I wasn't even looking. I was just like, all right, here's Tucker, boom, play. And I started to kind of walk away. And I hear the storm, and I just turn around, and I'm like, really, asshole? Right now, and literally like behind me, it's still pouring. Like the rain is still coming down through the roof.
Could have been worse, man. Could have been Here Comes the Rain again.
It could have been that. And then somebody put me in for Creedence Clearwater Revival's Who'll Stop the Rain. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
Did this all night. Purple Rain.
Oh, there's tons, man. The Rain King, Counting Crows. I mean, you could go on and on and on.
Rain in
Raining
Blood.
Men.
It's raining. Well, it wasn't that kind of not that kind of a storm, and not that kind of a club either. But
Oh, jeez. I did get a new shirt that I'm proud of. Give me the solo here.
all right, come
Look
on,
at this
boom.
shit, man. I don't know if Fright Rags ever did City of the Living Dead yet.
Oh, nice.
Look at that motherfucker, man. Wow. I had to have it, and have it I did. They had another badass one there. It was like a Japanese, like a newspaper ad or something that had a bunch of scenes and shit on it, but I don't know, man. I love these
That's
head
pretty
portraits,
slick.
man. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So Fright Rags, well done. I do believe it's their first foray into the City of the Living Dead merch. Colonel, can you help me with this?
I do. That's what I serve for. I don't fucking know.
You've been in as
I
long as
really
I
don't
have.
know. No, that's the first time I've seen them do City of the Living Dead since I've been buying from there.
Yes.
But again, that's not their entire history, so I don't know.
I've gotten Paul Bear Press, Gutter Garbs, Rotten Cotton, shit like that. They've all done their versions of stuff like that. So, I mean, I have them all. But Fright Rags, yes. Well done. Nice designs.
If we had a moderator right now, I would say, hey, throw that Fright Rags website in the comments so everyone can go and check it out. And but we don't. So
Moderator is...
look it up yourself.
He's on probation.
He's not on probation. We don't have one. Not yet.
But when he gets here, he's on probation.
I'm just saying, page 2 of 6. That's when I went.
Oh, okay? You at least started it. Thank God. Someone did.
Oh, fuck. I haven't been home.
Oh, I haven't been home. All right. We got FaZe in the house. We got Tarek here. We got Patricia. We got Tanya and Tyrone. We got Charles. We got Tori.
Charles, he's coming off his successful launch of the Dive podcast.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
yeah.
Charles. Yep.
Charles, yeah, if you guys aren't keeping up with him, he says, greetings, guys. Been busy as hell. Thought I'd drop by. Thank you, Charles.
It's a lot of going on when you got all the hats on, eh, brother? You'll see.
Yep. Go on over to the
Best of
Ghost
luck.
Cove Facebook group. Check that out. And I believe his show, The Dive, is on Thursdays at
8
8
o'clock.
p.m. So
Our time,
check
right?
that.
East, 7. We're
7 his time,
Yeah.
8 your time. Yeah. So 8 EST.
EST.
There we go. So, FaZe says, Happy Juneteenth. Just got back from the theater to see The Blackening, and I was the only one in the entire theater. Was very surprised. And Tori says, what did you think? So, we're gonna talk about that, Tori. That's what we're gonna be
what we're
reviewing
here for.
tonight. So, whole damn enchilada podcast says, wait, you guys got Father's Day gifts?
Yes. Yes. I even got a. Go ahead, Colonel.
I'd say I got a handmade card from the oldest, a handmade puppet that says "Love You" from the youngest using an old receipt. Must have been a CVS receipt. It's like this long.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I guess those count as Father's Day gifts.
You could weave a whole.
I'll take it.
Yeah. No, I got cards, and they threw in scratch-offs, a few scratch-offs in, which profited me $10, I'm happy to say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, how'd your kid buy scratch-offs?
I don't want to know. We don't want to know. This kid is beyond his years. Let's just leave it at that.
He's resourceful.
Working the system, and he's got it clocked, and somehow he showed up with a handful of lottery tickets. We made money on it, so hey, we're good.
I can see it now. All the people at the fucking BP gas station standing there like, fuck. Goddamn kid, hurry and get your lottery tickets. We'll get out of here.
Exactly. Come on, kid.
Damn.
Because it's always like, I need 2 of these.
And
And
wait a minute. Those are even numbers. No, fuck those. Give me the
no. Give me 4 of those. And it goes on and on and on and on. It's lovely.
Annoying
It's,
as shit.
That's a category we're going to have in the future. It's just like general society situations where you wanted to become a serial killer. The top 5. That's what we'll do.
Top 5.
Standing in line when asshole pulls out the envelope with 47,000 tickets. He's got to run them all because he's got his fucking system. Yet he's been doing it 10 years and he's still fucking here clogging the fucking line. We can do that show another time. It'll be
that
fun.
would.
You're
Okay,
saying
yeah.
Top 5, dude. I can't narrow it down to 47. Like it's like literally every 2 minutes something happens.
Everyday horrors.
Every day.
Your top 5 everyday horrors.
That'll push you over the edge. The moments that'll push you over the edge. Everybody think about it. We're going to put this together. Some original topics here. Here we go.
Number 1, raining on my fucking gear inside.
Number 1.
That could be number 1.
Drunken wannabe roadies touching my drums.
Number 1, just having the audacity to fucking wake up alive in the mornings.
God damn it. All right. Well, no, the whole damn Enchilada podcast did have a good Father's Day. Got to spend the day with his 2 youngest in Motown and met Art the Clown. Not a bad weekend. That sounds like a good weekend.
You guys got all over the place, man. I would have tried to hook up with you, but I knew the Screamers thing was going to be a fucking madhouse with Art and Danhausen, the wrestler there. So glad you got to meet him. Sorry it took you 4 hours, but I'm not surprised.
Right.
Yeah.
Gory's here, Rosie's here, Andy's here. I guess, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Gory. I thought you'd still be over watching Dave McRae, but no, Rosie, I guess, maybe he picked a not so entertaining rant to go on tonight. So she came over to hear us rant about the fucking rain and drunk
They're
roadies
so not entertaining.
Possibly the Blackening.
and possibly the Blackening if we get to it. BK's here. Dave's here. What's up, Dave?
Canadian or an American?
Canadian. Yes.
Listen?
Canadian Dave. Yes.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Hey?
Eh? Fuck you, eh? All right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's a
Fuck you, buddy.
There you go.
Oh shit! Yeah, see, now that looked like you were telling Cocktail Flicks.
Yes.
Fuck you, buddy.
No. We love cocktail
It
flicks.
did look like you were saying that. You gotta chill the fucking buttons, man.
It's timing, man. It's all timing.
As soon as their comment went out, it was like, "Hey, fuck you, buddy." All right. So anyway, Cocktail Flicks says, "Good to see you, fam. Hope you're all doing well. We're doing good. We're doing good so far." So
And grinding out for the impending live field show here. It's coming at us full speed now, and we're getting there.
we're so close. We'll talk about that here in a little while.
Oh, yeah.
but, all right. Before we move on, let's thank our members. Thanks to our final girls and guys: Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, Charles, Tanya, and Tyrone. Our crazy Ralph Raymond. Our camp counselors: Corey, Michigan Dave, S. Michael, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, Canadian Dave, and JJ. That's right. And if you want to figure out how to become a member, head on over to deathcursesociety.com. Check out our join page and check out the rest of the website while you're there.
All the cool kids are doing it.
That's right.
Little peer pressure never killed anybody.
Let's roll. All right. Yes, tonight, gang, we're getting into it. Perfect topic for Juneteenth, I guess.
Yeah.
It
wow.
just happened, you know. I guess that's the way they marketed it. But, yes, The Blackening, which is in theaters now. I'll say this. It's got one of the best fucking taglines of a movie in a while.
They had me at that poster. I was like, that's fucking brilliant. So, I mean,
Yep.
right away, they're showing me that this is going to be funny. They're going to take this in a direction that is going to be, you know what I mean, tongue-in-cheek, horror movie. Love it. So, yes.
Right. That was what hit me at first. And even the trailer, pretty funny, pretty solid. Jokes were timely and relevant, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I thought I had pretty good aspirations for this one. Colonel, what about you? Before you saw it, what did you think?
Based on all the hype, like I said, they had me. I'm with you guys. The tagline was clever. I mean, I don't know if I was going to say it's funny. It was clever. So I appreciate that. The funniest film all year. Okay, that's going to take me a step back. But it looked like it had some good fucking humor in it. So I was looking forward to it. Because unlike these guys, I'm a huge fan of the first two scary movies. I'm not going to go any further than that. The rest of them suck. But I'm a big fan of those. And horror, comedy, when done right.
Right.
So I was all for it.
Okay, so horror comedy done right. Give me your top three just off the top of your head.
Top three, I'm going to get Shaun of the Dead.
Okay.
It barely makes it a scary movie because that's more of a comedy than a horror comedy.
Okay.
Zombieland, just rattle off three.
Okay. Anything you would add to that list, Ziggy?
Student Bodies, Wacko. There's one more, and I'm overlooking it. But, yeah, those are a little more obscure, older ones. But Student Bodies for sure would absolutely top that list.
All right.
Or add to that list.
The only other one I think I would have to add would maybe be Rocky Horror. But, yeah, Shaun of the Dead is definitely in my list.
Zombieland's pretty good. How about The Dead Don't Die? That would be kind of one of them silly, kind of dark.
Top three, though?
Not top three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one for top three. No one ever
And
thinks
Student Bodies would be in my top three also.
Sure. Shaun of the Dead's a good pull, too. I
The
mean,
Return of the Living Dead.
no.
That's a comedy, dude. I'm sorry. That is a fucking comedy. Maybe that's.
I think so, too. Yeah, that's a good cut.
Yeah, I guess I gotta just embrace that for what it is. But yeah, all right. I'll allow it.
Yep. BK is a fan of Student Bodies. He says, Horsehead bookends.
Me and BK watched that one a bunch of times as kids. Someone had it. You guys might have had that on the Betamax. I don't remember.
Right.
Or we rented it or something.
And Joseph even pops in with Young Frankenstein.
Brilliant.
Fuck yes.
Brilliant.
Good pick.
Saturday the 14th.
I was going to ask about that and Transylvania 65000.
Oh, there you go. Another one. There you go. Absolutely.
Those two were on constant rotation when I was a kid. And yeah. Anyway, folks, The Blackening, in theaters now, tells the story of 7 black friends who go away for the weekend and end up trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. Will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? Probably not. That's the synopsis that's available on IMDb. Directed by Tim Story and written by Tracy Oliver and Dwayne Perkins. Yeah. Overall, first impressions, Ziggy, what'd you think of The Blackening?
The Blackening. I mean, you know, you're pretty much given the kind of tone right away with the setup at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also treated to some pretty decent fucking gore, which surprised me quite a bit in this. And, you know, but it's exactly what you would think it is. It is slasher done from the perspective of the black audience, you know, the black people that, you know, that are going to do, you know, it's the stereotype. They're always going to die first. They're playing right on that. And all the things that dumb white people do in the movies. It's funny because they do some of the same things. You can't help it. You realize it's going to happen whether you want to or not. Even if you say, fuck, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, you would. Yeah, it comes
When you're put in the situation, yeah, you would.
But overall though, it's a decent movie. It's nothing you haven't seen before, slasher wise. Think Saw meets Scream meets Slaughter High kind of thing, and you're gonna get what The Blackening is. And I got what I expected. That's what I'll leave it at. That's my first impression.
Okay. First impressions from you, Colonel.
I agree with Ziggy at the beginning. Great opening scene. Sets up what the movie's going to be. It kind of, even at the beginning, you know what you're in for. Certain cliches are going to be flipped around or not taken serious, which it wasn't. I'm trying to be nice with my first impressions here. Maybe my expectations were too fucking high. So I'll be honest, by the time the movie ended, I was not happy. Because, like I said, I literally said, that's a Saw Scream ripoff right there. Seen it, been there, done that. First impressions. Just not a fan. Sorry, I
All right.
cracked. I heard thumping coming from upstairs.
Uh-oh. That's no good.
No.
What was that? All right. First impressions for me were, man, this was, I was in on the hype of this one. I thought this had a lot of potential. And then it seemed to kind of not live up to it, at least partway through. And I have to be honest with you. The first time I saw this, I went on Friday afternoon to watch this. I fell asleep in about 15 minutes. And then I woke up and both times I went to see this, it was an empty theater. There was like 2 people other in the theater with me. So I could get away with falling asleep.
Yeah, no, I saw this as it's intended to be seen, I think. With a full audience, and me and my son were the only 2 white folks in the whole place. So, I mean, it was great, though. I mean, it added such another level to this movie. Watching
I can imagine.
like that. Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I mean, it was absolutely hilarious. So, I mean, I was telling him, I was like, yep. But there were a couple of times and a couple of the jokes where, you know what I mean, being a white person, you should be like, okay, let that one go. I'm not going to respond. And he's cracking up, and I'm just like,
oh no.
It's just, like, what?
No.
Let that go.
Yeah, see, I'm like Crank. I had the privilege of being the only person in my theater to watch this.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, this was weird. It was Sunday night at 8 o'clock, too, man. That bitch was sold out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fell asleep the first time, woke up 45 more minutes in, so about 30. Hello, Molly Zombie.
Hello, we see you. We're going to investigate you, though, before we share your stuff. That's kind of the rule of thumb here.
Yep. So I felt like I may have missed a little bit more of the setup between the characters, which I did, which would have helped. So I went back. I went back today to see it, and this time I made it almost an hour in, and then fell asleep again. So
really,
that could tell you, yeah. And well, okay. Here's the thing: it's hot as fuck right now in Oklahoma. It's like 90-something degrees. Heat makes me sleepy.
But the air conditioning wasn't.
Oh, the AC is fine in there, but it's that 3-minute walk from my place to the movie theater across the hot parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah. So
no soles left on the bottom of his shoes when he got there. There's a footprints of rubber, melted rubber leaving. Yeah, I believe it.
So by the time I get there, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking hot. But yeah. So I get in the theater and then like. Kick that recliner back, boom, man, I was comfy, and then out. So, but I did see the whole movie in pieces, and I think it was funny, but yeah, definitely geared to a very specific audience, and
it's fine.
Sure.
No, it didn't shock me. I mean, that's what I expected.
I thought it was clever that they found a 13th or Juneteenth that isn't, already been like, it sounds like Friday the 13th, you know what I mean? So it's something unused. It hasn't been done before in a horror movie. So I thought that was really cool.
See, here we go. Rosie says 106 here in Texas today. Yeah. And we're not too far behind you, but we're about 10 degrees behind you. So
looks like they got a new member here trying to find us on Patreon. I'm assuming they mean Molly Zombie. By the way, we're not on Patreon. We have we have our own
Patreon.
Death Curse Society Eon. We just do it on our own page.
Confusing. Those are Final Girls and Guys.
Final Girls and Guys, right?
We cover the beginning and end of every show.
Yep.
Just go to deathcursesociety.com and become a member. Click that, and you'll get all the information. And it's set up the same exact way, so you'll see. And thank you.
And Tarek even agrees here. Yeah, when switching from overheated to comfy AC will put me out during a metal concert. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I get it. Just instantly wipes me out. So, but first impressions, I thought it was funny. I love the characters, honestly. I thought the characters were great. So let's work on that. What do you think of the characterizations and their interactions, Colonel?
I thought everybody did a great job, but I'll be honest with you. Literally the entire film, Dwayne, that was my guy. That's what I stuck with. That's what I was cheering for the whole movie. Like, his characterization, he was... One, he's the only one I found absolutely fucking hilarious the entire movie, and enjoyable. The rest of them were just kind of me. We're like, they fit their roles, but I didn't really feel a connection to any of them. It's like, okay, all right, I get that. Yeah, I get that. One scene, I was like, I definitely understand that. Towards the end, but no, man, Dwayne, that was my dude, man. That was my guy from the start. I was like, yep, I gravitated to him pretty early.
I got you. Dwayne was funny. I liked Allison too. I liked her delivery a lot. I thought she was fun. What about you, Ziggy?
Yeah, the reformed gangster was hilarious.
Oh yeah. King.
Yeah, just the fact that he was ready to go, and he's pretty much calling things as it was happening. It was pretty cool. I liked his view of things. And then I forgot her name now. The big girl that showed up later.
Shanika. Is that right? Yep.
And she was just ready to swing, ready to throw at a drop of anything, So I mean, she was cool. But I think they all carried it though. I think they did very well. There's nobody weak here.
No, and that was one of the good things I liked about this cast was there wasn't really a weak spot. I guess you could maybe Clifton could have been the weak spot just because it was so over the top, like with the geeky glasses and the weird way of speaking and just the annoying things that they would say at the wrong times.
It just
Him and what's his name, man? Great character actor in all these fucking movies.
Diedrich Bader.
Yes, I was so disappointed in his role, man. I was like, when I saw him, I was like, I thought he would kill it like he normally does. This one, he fell a little flat for me.
I absolutely disagree. I thought he did. He was great in this, and it was so. But I like the fact that it was kind of understated, and again, it wasn't over the top like Clifton's character. You know, he was kind of playing it polite but dumb in a way, and I think that worked really well.
I don't know. I just wanted a better character for him. I mean, I can't agree. I can't argue with you because I can see where you're coming from. It's like, yeah,
right.
It's just not done to me. Like I say, I was hoping for a little bit more. I'll just say that.
All right, fair enough. Ziggy, you get to settle the debate on that. Diedrich Bader, A plus or no?
Yeah, I thought he was good because he submerged what he. Well, no, because they were looking for a reason to go off on him, and he had a defense, and his thinking and where he was going was absolutely innocent and precise. So that's why I liked what he did, and he was there to help and stuff. So I mean, it was cool because there was a while there you weren't sure who was in on what. You know
One of my favorite moments with him, though, besides when he's trying to call back into the station. By the way, his name is Ranger White in the movie. So, yes, there's a joke there that gets ridden to death. But my other favorite line of his is when they find the mask in the cruiser. And he's like, I know this looks bad, but
exactly.
You got to trust me.
Yep. So, I mean, that was good. He was good. He was good.
I thought he was a great addition. And there's not that many. Yeah, fuck you, Colonel. I don't think there's that many character actors like him that could have played that role as well as he did. I think, but that's just me. Dang it! What did you think of the opening scene? That's where I was going. Because the opening scene kind of played off, and I like the fact that they also used a lot of not necessarily just the tropes of horror films in general, but specific films they had callbacks to, which was kind of nice. But of course, the opening scene kind of reminds you a little bit of Scream. What did you think of that opening scene there, Colonel?
Well, like I said, I thought it was fucking great because you kind of come in, they go in the game room, Juneteenth, all right, you're setting up the story, everybody's getting together, and they take the lid off the fucking box. I'm like, oh, shit. Right from the start, I want to be the centerpiece of the fucking game.
Woo.
And it starts talking, and they pull a card, how many of what name of black actors survived a horror film? Of course, they can't come up with any. Which I might see I'll grab of all at least 5.
Oh, dude, I was sitting same thing. I was
question to answer. But of course, it's playing on the comic, the horror trope. The black guy, dies first or whatever. Well, which they do. Get some good gore. Spoiler: that's pretty much the only gore that was worth after that.
Yeah,
but
there wasn't a whole lot.
It was fucking great.
Yeah.
Nobody really else goes. There's not as much murder as you would expect in this.
Right. One of the things in the opening scene that I thought was very clever was their throwback, of course, to Scream 2, and they even the two actors look at each other and say, well, I don't think they could afford to keep Omar Epps and her in Scream 2 for that long because they couldn't afford to pay him, and then they just kind of look at each other like, huh,
Like right away, at that point you're kind of like, okay, I like it, man. These guys,
at that point, you're in for kind of that tongue-in-cheek kind of ride, And Ziggy, anything you want to add for the opening scene?
Yeah, I mean, it goes and it's the same thing. And again, remember, I'm in a theater with 75 African Americans, and so anytime that some of the it's from, if it were a white person doing it, it would be totally racist. You know what I mean? Some of that stuff, like the mascot of the game is named Sambo, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? So
Well, I don't know if
It is.
well, they're calling him Sambo. Yeah.
right. I don't think that's the.
It's
I
kind
don't
of
know if
that,
that's the name. But.
that was the look that all the natives had in the stupid Tarzan movies and all that stuff. They all had that. That's what it's based on. And but it does say some funny things though when you realize it's interacting with them in the game. It's like pick a card or die. But the opening scene I loved it when dude got lit up with the arrow. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, that's a lot of blood. Good.
Right. Now, was it let down the rest of the movie, though, that was the peak of the gore?
A little bit. But, I mean, I was still into it, though. By then, I wanted to see how the shit was going to... I needed to know who was behind this shit, even though it was pretty fucking obvious.
Right.
I needed confirmation.
All right. Well, if you're not going to answer, then I'll have Colonel answer.
Colonel, go ahead and answer.
Yeah, dude, it was a huge fucking letdown, man.
I did answer too, though. I said yes, but it's
You're like,
okay.
well, a little bit. I'm being
A little bit.
It affected it a lot. Like, okay, here's a slasher. Fucking
Yeah.
It's a slasher with salt tied into it. And it's like, oh, come on, you can't give me that. You're selling me on false goods here. Like, this is what I'm expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, I get Jamie Lee Curtis ketchup on her arm. The rest of the movie, I'm like, fuck. It affected it quite a bit for me.
They probably could have, but nobody. Know what I'm saying? I gotcha, but it isn't like a Friday film where there's 7 or 8 chances to do these things.
But there were.
Well, there could have been.
There could have been.
All right, yeah. We're gonna start spoiling it here soon.
Yeah, we got to be careful.
If we go any further, we're gonna mess it up. So that's why I'm trying to be careful here.
We're treading lightly. Those that are watching, I know Faye saw it. If anybody else out there saw this movie this weekend, let us know in the comments so we know what to talk about here. There we go. S. Michael's here. He says, I love race-based humor, and I'm glad it is present in this film. I'm a huge fan of the Boondocks and Chappelle Show, but don't understand the jokes are often... But he does understand that the jokes are often non-transferable.
There's nothing heinous in it. I didn't think. Like, totally
I think there was maybe one joke that I didn't necessarily get because of not being tied into the culture very well. There was one terminology thing that I just went over my head. But other than that, yeah, I mean it's funny stuff. It's just it's not, they're not reinventing the wheel. I'll put it that way. It's very Thanks, Tarek. Tarek says, you three trying to avoid spoilers live is the best improv comedy one could ask for. Well, I don't know about that.
There's a bit there, though. There is a bit there.
Thank you for
everything we do.
Yeah.
Thank you for the compliment.
There's no money in improv, so it's for half there.
Yeah, very true. So, but yeah, it's not. It's a funny script. It's a well-written script. It's fairly well crafted altogether, but it uses a lot from almost everything you can think of. And we know that's hard. It's hard to write a wholly original film anymore, script anymore, any kind of wholly original story.
No. As a slasher horror movie, straight up, this has been done. a half a dozen times. You've seen this a half a dozen times. This, what the story is, where it goes, how it comes together, involvement of the people behind it. You've seen it.
Well,
All
I
of
mean,
it. Every bit of it.
even if you just take the synopsis I read a moment ago. Oh, let me scroll back up here. If you took away, if you just said 7 friends go away for the weekend and end up trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta, will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? I mean, that's the setup. The only word that I left out of there was black. And that's it. So,
Yeah,
if you took, go ahead, Colonel.
No, I'm just saying that their knowledge of horror movies. Shit, I heard more about Set It Off than I did horror movies, which is fine. Set It Off is a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, shit, other than a couple references, that was about it. It's the synopsis itself is even kind of misleading, honestly, after seeing this film.
Slightly, yes. I think I know what you're talking about. So, I wouldn't even say it's necessarily their knowledge of horror movies that helps them in this. It's just them working more together as a team and kind of
trying
them.
not to do what white people do in these situations.
Yeah, that's funny because they do at one point.
They do.
And of course, they pointed out about the one character. So I was like,
it was good.
That's one of the few times I actually laughed out loud. Is that scene? The other time I was kind of, but that one I was like, that was good. So.
I had quite a few moments of decent laughter in this one, but I don't know. Humor is weird for me anymore, but this actually kind of worked for me. So, and I'll agree with S. Michael. I love the Chappelle Show. I love the fact that when that came out, he pushed the line so much, and crossed the line a few times that it took off the way it did. So, this doesn't necessarily push any lines or cross any lines.
It doesn't even come up to the edge of a fucking line, honestly.
No.
And I was disappointed in that. I really thought they would push the envelope a little bit with the jokes on this. I was like, they played it pretty fucking safe.
Right. No, this was very stereotypical in multiple ways. So, all right. Tarek says that really does sound like a rephrasing of Scream. Yeah. Except this is a cabin out in the woods. I'll tell him a little bit more about the story. One of the friends get together. There's, I guess, 7 of them, and they rent a house out in the woods that is at least twice referred to as the Texas Chainsaw House. Kind of reminiscent of that, which it's not. It's a very nice place,
right?
Nice Airbnb kind of thing. And they're getting together after like 10 years of not seeing each other after college. So it's kind of a 10-year college reunion with this group, and somewhere among them is a jaded person that's striking out against them. So S. Michael says, by non-transferable, I mean like your point that people of color can use certain humor that could be inappropriate if used by their white contemporaries. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'll say it, the N-word is dropped in this multiple times, which I expected, but, I can't even repeat some of my favorite lines from the movie unless I edit that out. So yeah, I see your point, S. Michael, but, because when they get to the point of who's the blackest of the friends, which I thought was hysterical, like the game asked them to pick out
Who's the black?
Who is the blackest of your friends? And then they start pointing the fingers at each other. I thought that was a wonderful scene because what makes you the blackest? You know, I want to know who of the three of us is the blackest later, but we'll get to that later.
As soon as you said that, my screen went black. No shit for like 2 seconds. That's fucking weird.
No, but did you appreciate that? Did you appreciate that scene and that dialogue, especially among the characters, Colonel?
Oh yeah, 'cause it was fucking hilarious. Like you said, like one person got pointed out for nationality.
Yep.
Like, and then the person who's voted the blackest was like the stereotypical least blackest of them all.
Yeah.
So, slight spoiler alert. The scene was fucking brilliant. I thought it was hilarious.
Well, the whole thing is they needed to point out the blackest person and vote them out for death.
Right,
That was
kind of
that part,
sacrifice.
or everybody dies. So they immediately, they turned on each other quick, and it's quite funny.
Yeah. Cocktail Flick says, everybody, I think I just saw what you're laughing at. No, I disagree completely. Cocktail Flick says, everybody is scared to cross the line these days. Of course they are. Hey, we talk about it from time to time when certain topics come up, and we're like, well, we gotta be careful of this,
Just be respectful about it. I mean, I think people get us now. There's no fucking hate in this room. So,
No.
and we're just reviewing a movie here. You know what I mean? We're not reviewing people or cultures or anything. It's just a fucking horror movie.
There's no hate in this room. How many pull-off jokes have we told Ziggy?
Yeah.
Well, that's private.
And it's jokes. It's nothing serious.
I'm
Those are
Polish.
private.
I'm allowed to.
Jesus, man.
Oh, there's worse things to joke about.
Tarek says, sounds like it's maybe a default Cabin in the Woods horror as rewritten by early Eddie Murphy. Honestly, a pretty good idea. Yeah,
I don't know if I would say early Eddie Murphy.
No.
Yeah, probably the later Eddie Murphy.
Probably now Eddie Murphy. Okay, fine. Whole damn enchilada pod says, Ziggy is for sure the blackest. He's a drummer, and we ain't got rhythm.
Damn. I can't argue that.
No, I couldn't, but it's all right.
I mean, I play a little.
George.
Let me get my personal race card out.
I wish I had my other sound box. I don't. So,
Oh God.
I take it. I eat it and smile tonight.
I can't believe you just called off screen for Sarge. That's funny shit.
Comedy, man. You guys know how I feel about comedy.
Andy says Chappelle is hilarious, and it's ironic that he's becoming controversial to me. Yes.
Oh, he's deadly now, man. His stuff now, he's got all that whole thing in his sights, and he's got the upper hand. He's like Anakin. He's got the higher ground, man.
He knows.
Can't fuck with
Anakin
Chappelle.
didn't have the higher ground.
I'm saying, like, Chappelle's got it. He's up there, and they keep stepping up and getting smacked down, and it's the way he's designing the jokes to do it. It's crazy.
It's almost like he's daring them to come after him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The results are hysterical too.
Well, like
Right.
even Patricia said about him getting attacked on stage recently.
Yeah.
It's like, what
That was
the
just a
hell?
long one. So, I'll throw it up there.
Yeah, he's at the Hollywood Bowl.
Chappelle got attacked at one of his shows. It was apparently a homeless guy who had floor seats. He was flabbergasted that a homeless guy had floor seats. So,
He also said he kicked the shit out of him.
yeah.
All them guys were holding him down. He goes, "Oh, I got my kicks in while the guy couldn't do nothing." Fuck that guy.
BK says, I hope you guys never review Roots. I had to mention, by the way, we got to throw it out there at some point. Next week, we're doing a full review of Roots. So,
Roots.
tune in. Should be interesting.
And the following series, I don't know, wasn't there a sequel later on?
Yeah, like Roots, the new generation.
Roots 2, the new generation. Yeah.
I don't
Electric,
know, man.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Geordie LaForge comes out wearing the Star Trek Next Generation visor, going, "Fuck you guys."
I don't know, but man,
Vaporized.
we had to watch Roots in 8th grade. Boy, that shit was powerful stuff, man. I was like, I felt guilty for like a fucking week. I was like,
And see, that's what Florida is trying to take out of schools now. They don't want you to watch Roots. Nobody down there wants
Never
you to watch
forget how evil and sick this place used to be.
By the way, Dave says, I'm not Canadian Dave anymore. I'm Pasadena Dave. Now, did you move down there? I thought you were just visiting. Well, son of a bitch, we'll see you in September.
Give him the good clap.
Okay.
good clap from here.
He probably got the good clap through customs.
Yeah. Oh, and a rim shot. There you go. You get a catch and a rim shot.
All right. Tarek says, Chappelle owns the stage now, proverbially and literally. It's kind of satisfying to watch.
And dude, I saw the show, that famous show he talks about where he went out stoned and completely bombed in Ann Arbor.
Mm-hmm.
It was people were shouting refund, you know, and he even says like, "People, good people of Ann Arbor." Said I snapped out of it. He kind of rescued the set with the last 20 minutes or so, but man, I'd go see him now just to get a better chance at it. But I was really fucking disappointed back then.
Right. Whole damn enchilada pod says Chappelle, another Ohio guy, lives close to the Colonel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, closer to him than him in Cleveland. So.
Yeah, he lives in Yellow Springs, so it's maybe 45 minutes to an hour from here.
Nice. And Dave, unfortunately, says just visiting. Shit. All right. Well, fine then.
He had pictures. He was at the Hedge. He was at the house.
I saw the list.
Yeah.
That he
Yeah,
sent
Dave.
you
Thanks,
or whatever.
dude. Nice
Yeah.
list. We'll be putting that to good use.
Fuck yeah. As Michael says, we live in a strange time in which you can get canceled just for admitting you find comics like Chappelle funny. I almost have to walk on eggshells depending on the platform if I admit I enjoy most of his material.
Man, thank God that we know what we've been pretty honest about who we are and what we do, and I'm surprised that we haven't really caught too much any bullshit for some of the dumb things we might have said in the past.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet. Right.
Yeah,
No, it won't be until we're on like a Bud Light can or something. And, and then we'll get canceled.
These motherfuckers said
by the time that happens, let's be honest, cancel culture will probably be canceled, and we'll be back to some form, I hope, of intelligence.
As Michael, it is a weird time, but
Truly.
you know, one of the things that we talked about before we even went on the air was we got to be careful, man, that we can't just.
The rule of thumb was no religion, no politics was kind of the rule of thumb.
And we kick the line a little bit every now and then.
I'm you sometimes on politics.
Oh, okay. I'll kick the line a little bit every now and then, but it's gentle. It's gentle kicks.
Right.
I have not gone off on a full like crazy rant yet.
Oh, wait till next year.
Right.
I think
the place for that, though.
I think the worst. I think the worst I ever got, or not worst, but most vocal I ever got was when after the Uvalde shooting, I had a sign on the back wall for like 3 weeks afterwards that had a minor political statement, if you will. But that I'll be honest, that Uvalde shooting affected the shit out of me because that's 5-6 hours from me, and you know, it reminded me of when there was a shoot. It was a self-inflicted shooting, but there was a shooting at a school, at an elementary school, or no, this was the middle school. Excuse me, at the middle school, a couple blocks from me, and I didn't know it until later, but I met the older sister of the kid that had shot himself at the middle school. Never mind, they backpedaled a bit, hangs up on police. Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Karen. Yeah. But yeah, that's the worst I think I've ever gotten on this show. You know,
I've just done bad Trump impersonations.
we've both done bad Trump impersonations.
Let me tell you something. It's tremendous, and I can't wait for it to get back here again. And the whole thing's going to start over, and here we go, and it will be tremendous. That I can tell you.
Right.
And to be fair, every once in a while I do a Joe Biden impersonation. I don't know if you guys ever noticed it.
Come on, guys.
When you fall asleep a little bit. Yeah.
So there, we play both sides too.
Let's just
Sure.
it doesn't matter who's in there. We're all fucked.
Now, but my
is an
other
escape.
job, I went on a full on-stage rant in front of an audience after the Uvalde shooting. So, you guys didn't get that.
Until somebody came up and said, "Can I sing a song, please?"
No, but, you know, 150 college kids, you know, stuck in a bar, they got that rant. So, anyway.
Please don't tell me no one's saying James got a gun by Smith after that.
No, they did not. No, but I had sang Jeremy.
There you go. Fair enough.
That was what I'd done.
That one's not. That's not.
What happened?
Yeah.
We were having
Anyway,
a good time. We were
let's
talking
move
about-
on.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah.
been off the rails this whole fucking show.
Let's move on a little bit. Cocktail Flick says you haven't crossed the line yet.
So far, we don't mean to.
BK has a question for you, Colonel. Where you keep getting that red drink?
Red drink. Well, usually I get the purple stuff, but right now it's just Kool-Aid water flavoring, 0 sugar, blah 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 shit. Has stuff that's in there worse than the sugar for you, but it's flavored. It gets me through the fucking show.
That's not King's Kool-Aid.
No, it's not King's Kool-Aid. Fuck no. Ooh, man. And that sounded gross.
Would you see what it was?
It was like a fucking full bag of sugar in a gallon of water. Like my kidneys hurt was watching
And
that shit.
and like half a bottle of whatever alcohol he was throwing in.
Honestly, I thought that
That
was
wasn't
a
Henny.
missed opportunity not having the purple Kool-Aid in there. What's up with that? If they were having,
They had the red.
they had the red. You know, they had all the stereotypes going. The purple Kool-Aid definitely would have been one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, stop. No. We're not going down that road right now. Andy says, when you put it out there online, it stays there forever. You can always be retroactively canceled. Yeah, exactly.
That's the truth.
We'll have a successful show at some point on like Shudder or something, and someone will pull this episode out
That's it.
20 years later.
Look at these motherfuckers.
Look at these
Think
motherfuckers.
they are.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Storyline of this pretty basic, but did making it, racially switched. Did that help this storyline at all, Ziggy?
No, not as much as it should have. There were 1 or 2 moments where they used that the right way, and it was good. It was really funny, but not nearly enough to take and embrace what this concept was. So absolutely no.
Okay. What about you, Colonel?
I'm going to agree with Ziggy on this one, even though I don't want to. It didn't help the story. I appreciated it. The change of roles. So I'm trying not to give too much away. But by the time the end credits started rolling, and probably the funniest part of the movie was over, then the credits actually started rolling. It just, I still felt cheated. It's like I get what they're going for, but it hurt, I think, the overall product for me, because I don't know. I don't know. It's nah. It just for me, a lot of things in this movie. For Zag, I'm sure loved it because he loves to beat a dead horse. I get tired of a dead horse after a while, and this is good. They were beating a dead fucking horse by the time this movie was over for me. So,
Man,
This one did beat the dead horse. Quite.
yeah, but in the end, it lacks one major thing.
What's
Final-
that,
The
Ziggy?
final girl. It doesn't go that route. It doesn't complete the journey of the slasher film, unfortunately.
it likes more than one major thing.
Well, this is the mate. I think
I think we'll get there when we get.
we're getting there.
We'll get there.
All right. All right. Here's Craig. He says, "Howdy, y'all. 3 weeks to go." I assume he's talking about Morgan Crypt. That's
Oh,
right.
baby. Dude,
We'll be there. We will
it's,
be there.
I have anxiety through the fucking nose right now, but I can't wait to get there and do this and bring the party to you guys, Detroit style, Oklahoma style, and we're even going to drag the essence of the Colonel with us, and the essence of FaZe is going to be there, and from Wisconsin, so it's going to be sick. It's going to be great.
And yeah, thanks for subscribing there, Craig. Just noticed
Thank you.
that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, me and Faye's been working on talking to each other telepathically, so I can kind of be there.
Just like the girls in the movie.
Yeah. Now
That was funny.
that was a good bit, and
That was original.
it kept repeating, and I liked the way each time it repeated, it elevated itself. That was a good bit.
When the dudes got in on it, that's when
That was funny.
that was funny. That was fun. I don't want to spoil that because that's really good.
Oh.
That's one of the gems of this movie.
That's Dr. Smiley.
Oh,
Craig.
for fuck's sake!
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was gonna mention that crazy clown hasn't been around. He's right there. He's been
He's-
watching the whole
He's
time.
watching the whole time. I didn't match 2 and 2 together with Craig and Smiley, but yeah, thanks, man. Good to see you. Yes, we will definitely be working up something to film with you down there. We haven't quite figured out what yet, but we're working on some ideas. Bronson's here. He says, in Delirious, Eddie Murphy talks about how black people would never be seen in a haunted house movie because they would leave if anything supernatural occurs. That is one of his stand-up routines. Yes.
and that's 100% what they play on in this.
Right. But then 30 years after he does that stand-up routine, he's in the Haunted Mansion. You know, so.
Yes.
Hey, you got to pay bills. Just saying. But no, I understand from a comedic thing in Eddie Murphy. Yes, and we hear that all the time. But let's be honest, the first time there was a sign of anything, they just wanted to keep playing the game. They didn't give a fuck about getting the fuck out.
Well, now to be
Right.
fair, when they did decide to get the fuck out, they could not leave. They were locked in. So
They waited too long. They wasn't the
they
first
did way
time.
too long. They did, and which was a very white people thing to do, unfortunately for them. Yeah.
All right. And S. Michael says, just from what I've heard, it sounds like the writers were more fans of comedy than horror. I don't
fair.
know. Well, I don't know, because they did have a lot of references to horror in
Other
it.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that one moment in the first scene when the guy's walking down the hall doing the Jason sound effect.
Yeah.
You know?
And he
I mean,
did
it's-
it. He did it wrong though.
Yeah, but it's
Even
just
Alice
funny.
Cooper did it wrong, man. They used the song in the fucking movie. So you gotta let it pass. I said even Alice Cooper did it wrong. They used
Right.
the song in the fucking movie, man. You gotta let that go.
Right. All right, we're probably gonna be venturing into some spoilers here. So
Yes.
if
You gotta
if
bounce. We
if
understand.
you do have to bounce, we understand. Yeah, absolutely. But I do want to talk about the ending and the reveal, because I mean, it was pretty much tagged early in the beginning, like where part of this was going, at least. And then once you figure that out, and they confirm that, it was also doubly confirmed or doubly pointed out who the real culprit was. Did you like any of that explanation at all? Because I found it very boring, Colonel.
Very, very boring.
And just like not well thought out at all.
No, I appreciate. It's like we're getting this story. Oh, I did A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but it's just like, really, did this dude not experience life prior to this fucking moment? Like, the explanation was just weak. To me, it is not a reason for the means to the end. It was just kind of like, it was boring, and to be honest, kind of lazy writing, I thought.
Very lazy, I thought. Yep.
Wow, I actually disagree with you guys.
All right, jump in.
Because it's the very reason he was voted out was the reason he was voted out in the first place. And that's what they tied it right fucking to. He set them up to that, and they absolutely did what he set them out to do. So maybe not exactly that point, but just the fact that of who it was and that it was so obvious. I mean, granted, there was a team of them. There was more than one killer.
Well, yes.
But you knew that motherfucker was behind it all. You have to see this coming a mile away.
Yeah, I did see it coming a mile away. What, 15 minutes into the fucking film? Like,
who invited you? That's when I was like, that's him.
Yeah.
Pretty much right then. So what was that,
yeah.
15, 20 into the movie?
Barely, yeah, if that. So.
I mean, shit.
Hey, listen, we're all seasoned fucking veterans of watching all the fucking slashers. When you come at a basic approach like this, that's been done a few times, we're going to sniff that shit out right away, and it was real easy to...
Even the store clerk I was half right on.
Exactly.
Drift, I was like, oh, okay. Like, come on. Like I said, it was so obvious. Put together, and like, I'm with Crank. To me, it was just lazy writing to connect all those dots. To cover
that aspect, I agree with both of you then under that aspect, but I do think they did tie it pretty good with that, making him be the one, because it sent him out to get out so he could be the monitoring of everything going on and while the other fellers were doing their thing.
Yeah.
So that part was okay. I don't know. I guess I appreciated that a little bit anyway. It's your true revenge moment.
It is definitely a revenge motivation, but it just seemed to me overly lazy in the overall concept of it.
I was honestly hoping for something funny to happen there, something to kind of make me go like, oh, come on, funny, but it just, they kind of stayed.
No, well, that's not true. There was some funny to it after the story.
Well, yes. That's what I'm saying.
We got the telepathical fucking greatness there.
That
was excellent. I mean,
yeah,
that shit was really funny. That's probably the funniest part.
That was, yeah, those exchanges, and like I said, as it elevated each time they used that bit, I like that a lot.
That was very smart.
The whole damn enchilada pod says, I'm thinking this film is a couple of good jokes around a weak movie that's good for a watch at home from your description. Yeah.
I don't plan on seeing this again. I'm not going to go out of my way to see it again. Having said that, though, it's certainly worth a watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just to see how they do twist these classic tropes. Just for that.
And I think you will absolutely enjoy the shit out of some of the dialogue for the first 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, there's...
I that's one of the stronger points of this film is the character interaction and the character relationships that you see introduced and then shuffled and then reintroduced for that first 30 minutes. That was probably the best part of the movie for me. But the rest of it,
I don't want to hold my comments
Slight
to that
decline.
answer until we do the scoring.
all right. And Craig, I think that answers your question. Do you guys think it's worth seeing as a rental versus on the big screen?
Well, if you can see it, with
If you
a
can see
full-
it for $7 at home,
Yeah.
then yeah.
a full theater of highly energetic people.
I don't know. Like I said, I paid $30 around the theater myself, essentially, after my ticket, my popcorn, pop.
Mhm.
And granted, it was 9 o'clock on a fucking Thursday.
Got to get in the club, dude, and it's everything.
Well, they have a club. It's like $18 a month, man. It's only
Wow,
like-
a month? I pay $12 a year, dude, and get all the shit.
Oh, I pay 21 or 22 a month, but
month?
I get 3 free movies a month though, or 3 free movies a week.
The See Regal Unlimited is $18 a month, and it's unlimited. Like I can go see as many movies as I want, no
Right.
restrictions.
Wow.
But like right now, it's the only time it's worth a fucking damn.
I feel like shit. I'm getting a super bargain because as much as I go to the movies now with this, because like every other time I go, it's free drinks and popcorn, you know, or a free movie.
Yeah, well,
that's
hell
a
yeah.
Detroit theater.
It's glorious too. It's a nice stadium theater. It's beautiful.
They probably got shitty internet too.
They probably don't even have reclining seats yet.
Oh baby, they got it all.
It's
They even
got-
got heated seats, Colonel. They even got the VIP sections where you can hang up your jacket. It's got a private table. You know, you can buzz in the waiter and they'll bring you till the credits are done. Then they stop.
They hold your dick before you piss too. What the fuck?
They should put a nice
You
bathroom.
got to pay extra for that. That is $20 a month up there.
Right. Shit, for that, I can see paying $20 a month.
Faye says, I agree that it was a downward slope. I was checking my phone towards the end, which is never a good sign. Damn it, Bronson. You always... I know this is off topic. You're always off topic, goddammit. But why not? Little Nicky versus Sammy Kerr. That would be an interesting battle. What do you
Fuck
guys
is this
think?
guy, man?
I don't know, but
He can derail a
he gets an
podcast
A for fucking
Yeah, dude.
originality of these questions.
He cracks me up every time. Sometimes I'm able to point them out, and sometimes I have to skip them because they're just so completely off topic. But fuck, why not?
Disruption is definitely his superpower. I mean, it's fucking
It
crazy.
is.
Sammy
Let's be
Kerr versus
honest.
Little Nicky, huh?
I don't know. I guess this episode has been off the rails from the fucking start. I don't think we ever went. I'm going Sammy Kerr, man. Like Little Nicky, he's tough, but man, he can't fucking travel through speakers and shit. At least he didn't in the fucking movie. I don't know.
I'm
I
pretty-
watched Little Nicky the other day. I'm still going Sammy Kerr because he looks meaner. Little Nicky's too nice. I don't think he'd really be able to put together a fight. He's half angel after all.
I'm going with Sammy Kerr too because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have to.
Sammy Kerr, he's a darker force. You know,
No,
darker
no.
darker than Satan's gentle son. So Sammy
You
Kerr.
You get one, Bronson. You get one.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not going.
There you go, baby. See you next week, Bronson.
Save it for later. All right. Tarek says, if I understand, it's like Act 1 is what we wanted, then the rest just thinks we wanted 90 minutes of it. No, I wouldn't go that far. I think they just, like we mentioned, they just got lazy with the storytelling.
Don't think they overdid it. No.
Well, and I
If
would have
anything, they
liked to...
underdid it.
Exactly. They underdid it because I would have liked to have seen them take more risks with this.
Sure.
And go...
Offend me, sure. I would have loved to have been like,
I don't even mean offend me, you know.
it's impossible.
If they make fun of that black, white people do this and that's why they get killed in horror movies all the time, then do the opposite and show me what the results are, whether they be good or bad.
Yeah,
Or-
there was definitely a missed opportunity to. They could have really put some balance into that argument with this movie,
Dude,
and they failed to do so.
it was a
Little
huge-
bit. You got a little bit.
miss. Well, I'm with you. Like I said, push on. I'm with you, Zach. Push on. Look, fucking offend me. That's what
Right.
I wanted. Like, and we didn't get it. It was too fucking safe.
Yeah,
So
I kind of.
fucking safe. ... I want to say that for later because it's one of my major complaints of the fucking film.
Okay.
We're jumping right to that then as soon as we get finished with this.
Okay.
So, but yes, take chances, offend me, make me laugh, offending me,
Sure.
and there we go. You
It's
know?
funny, man. You
But-
know all is
No,
forgiven.
but then again, we're saying offend us. But if they told an offensive joke, we all know that the warriors on fucking Twitter would have made a big uproar about it for like a day.
Yeah.
They'd have to fucking apologize for their fucking film. But honestly, from what I'm hearing with how empty these theaters were, controversy sells. It might have made some more money.
Right. Okay, before we move on, Yoga Nature, hi, I'm new here. Cool if I lurk and listen for a while. Didn't want to be the weirdo loiterer, you know. No, absolutely.
shit,
Listen
yeah.
in. Our only requirement is you have to maintain the downward dog pose while you listen for the rest of the show. We only got about 40 minutes left, so enjoy. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
As we say, welcome, God damn it, welcome.
That's right.
And Bronson, you get more than one question. But wait till we're done with our review, then we'll get back and we'll do some more off
So
topic.
we might have some extra time tonight, so this might be a night for Bronson.
Yes.
Yoga Nature says, consider the dog down. All right. Excellent. All right. So, Colonel, what is your primary complaint about this film?
All right, besides the jokes running stale, like you guys said, we all said, it goes up, then it's a quick downward slope, beating a dead horse throughout the entire movie. And I get why they did it, but I fucking absolutely hate it. We can't all die first. No, you can't, because no one fucking dies first. Spoiler alert, the entire main cast survives to the end. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Seriously? Like, you could have killed off one fucking person. I was okay with the killer being killed off. He's supposed to. I even applauded it. But damn it, you're telling me there's one main character? Granted, okay, the poster is giving one away. I ain't gonna say who. But seriously, you couldn't kill off one of the main fucking characters. When one was clearly on the fucking deathbed the entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? That was my main complaint. Like,
That's what I mean. It was.
I get it. I get the switch. I get it. You're breaking that trope. But man, come on. Come the fuck on. I had to wait an hour and a half for that shit.
Yeah, the kill count, as Craig is asking, low kill count. Boo. Yeah.
Well,
the guy,
5 total, I guess.
Is it, wait.
well, the guy from the first scene.
Mm-hmm. His girlfriend.
She gets it.
Does she get it, or does she?
I
Okay.
think she's DAD. In, yeah.
Okay.
Long
The ranger, and then the two killers. Yeah.
5.
So yeah.
So there's more people in the main cast than the people that got killed in the film.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, that's pretty weak. Pretty weak sauce. But Colonel Ziggy, agree?
I do. I absolutely do. I mean, there's no final girl, you know, and that's a no-no with a slasher. You got to kind of, that's one of the lines you kind of got to stick to. One of the throughs, one of the lifebloods, if you will, is you got to kind of get down and narrow it down, man. People got to fail. People got to lose.
Or yes. That there were no consequences.
Right.
There were no stakes.
No, like I said, most of these people were, like one of them in particular was fucked up.
Yeah.
And survived and was fine. Was totally fucking mobile and everything, man.
Blitzed on Adderall.
It was funny. That one scene was fucking funny. But again, beating a dead horse, they beat the dead horse the rest of the fucking movie. It's like,
Right. Yeah. When there's no stakes, you lose me. You know, if I'm going into a horror movie, I consider, at least at the beginning, everybody's on the chopping block. You know, if I figure out 20 minutes in oh, this is the final girl, or 10 minutes in even. A lot of times you can just base it on the opening credits or the poster, which I fucking hate. Yeah, that bothers me. So, when the stakes are not present in a film, it has become less of a horror movie and definitely more of a comedy. So, I'll leave it at that. Ziggy, anything to add?
No, pretty much got it, man. We've got it all laid out. I mean, it's a horror movie, but it takes chances, and it's a bold choice to not kill off any of your main cast. Did it work? For me, no, it did not work. I want some more depth in my slashers. You know what I mean? That's how I like it. And definitely. You set the tone with that fucking first kill, man. That shit, if you would have did a few more of those in this, those arrows were fucking lethal. The killer uses a fucking crossbow, and it's a motherfucker in this. They're all terrible shots, though.
There's a joke somewhere in that. I heard that fucking joke. I don't know where it came from. Something about somebody shooting a crossbow. I don't know which comedian it was. I can't remember if it was Chappelle or fucking Cat Williams or somebody. I need to do some research on that. Moderator, look that up. I know there was a joke about we're going to kill with a crossbow.
We don't have a moderator. God damn it. All right. Tarek says, I love crossbows. We'll watch it at least for that. Patricia says, I'm glad I watched you guys do this review. It's very disappointing that it was as bad as it was. I feel like some movies should be in theaters and they just never get the chance. Absolutely, some other movies should be in the theaters, but that's money and studios talking, so
who was the main who released this one? I don't recall who put this one out. Who's the distributor?
It wasn't Blumhouse.
Is this a Lionsgate?
I think it was Lionsgate. But
yeah, that sounds right.
I think it was.
I got you right here.
I'm pretty sure it's Lionsgate. And Faya says
Lionsgate. Yep.
It was a wannabe Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. He's such an awful shot. Yeah. The guy wasn't terrible, but he wasn't good either.
Well, one of them. You know what I mean? Like that explains some of it.
Right. All right. Is there any other aspect of this that we want to dive into before we jump into the score?
I don't think there's anything left.
Nothing.
I'm surprised with us getting aside. We was able to talk about this long, Grant. Most of that was sidebar conversation.
We did have a 10-minute sidebar, so at least. So, all right. Ziggy, 0 to 10. How would you rank The Blackening?
You're getting exactly what you expect with this. And unless you're expecting a lot of blood and guts, it's just taking the tropes you've seen over and over and over again and telling it from a different perspective. And at times it's hysterical. At times it's all right. It's okay. And then just it gets to be too much of the same. And again, the strange choice to go away from tradition and not kill anybody in your main cast, kind of hurts this, I think. But entertaining to see once. Again, the whole bit, you'll know what we're talking about when you see the bit when they're communicating. You'll know what we mean. Is worth it enough to see it there. But I'm gonna say The Blackening for me, and it even seems generous. I'm gonna say a 6.
All right. Interesting. Colonel.
Okay.
Score.
So, apparently, unlike Zag, I went in this high fucking hopes and didn't get anything I was expecting at all. Like, I had a few laugh out loud moments, but most of the time I just kind of chuckled. I did not really find this all that funny. It had a couple good bits, but overall, the comedy was just lazy fucking comedy. Now, I will admit there's a couple jokes in there, like Crank, culturally went right over my fucking head. I'll admit that. So, like I said, it's probably what, to my opinion of it being funny, probably isn't as someone else might have a totally different opinion that found it funny. Just being honest. So, from there, I just did not find it that hilarious. Like, to me, the second best bit, if you do go see this, is during the credits. The second scene during the credits, they're quick. That's the only scene where they even push the fucking envelope. I laughed my ass off. Like, they have balls on that one. They have fucking balls.
Was that the last one? Did they have anything else after the credits?
No.
And so I applaud them for that. It's like, okay, at least you wait till the credits when most people are leaving. Be somewhat fucking controversial and edgy.
A little edgy.
Yeah, thank you for that.
That was funny.
Yeah, but like I said, it's more of a comedy than a horror. It's not really a slasher when no one fucking dies. Even when they're set up to die, it just got old and stale. I was checking my phone quite a bit there towards the end, going, fuck, is this over?
Yeah.
Please, is this almost over? That's not a good sign. It really isn't. I'm being generous with my score of a 4.
Ooh.
I did not like this at all.
Wow.
Like, it had some good moments, but I can hit her. I couldn't give it a 5. I could not justify giving this movie a 5.
All right. Fair enough. Fuck. Yeah. All right. So, great character interaction. I actually gave a shit about most of these characters too. So there's that. But that was based on the writing. The character writing, wonderful. Most of the comedy and the bits that they included, pretty damn good. The overall story, though, is where that was the weak point, and I think that could have used a lot of help. Yeah, exactly. Tarek, I was getting ready to pretty much say exactly this. Yeah, it's a bad sign when you're actually serious when you say the end credits were the best part. Yeah, that was one of the funniest 60 seconds of the film. And it's kind of added on as a coda, and it works as the end of the film. You know, it's not just thrown in, but yeah. Now, again, a different culture of people might enjoy this a hell of a lot more than I did. Just saying. I don't know. But I thought it was funny at some of the right points, and then I thought just the storyline itself kind of did it in for me. And especially with Colonel's point of nobody dying, hardly. So that makes more sense in like PG-13 horror, you know, or like The Boogeyman that we just reviewed had very few deaths in it, but you know, was still way more effective in what it was trying to do. So, but I am going to give this, I'm going to say this is straight middle of the road for me. And I'm giving it a 5. I am going to give it a 5. So a 6, a 4, and a 5. So average of a 5. So that almost works out perfect if you like math. Phase will fuck up our math. I'll give it a 5.5. The character interaction and dialogue was great and kept me engaged throughout the movie, but that's about it, though. It fell flat pretty hard by the end. Right. Absolutely. I agree.
See, I agree the character interaction was great, but fuck, the character interaction felt like it didn't change the whole fucking movie. It was the same type of dialogue for me. I don't know. It was just...
Well, I like the one character that made the huge switch, King, you know, halfway through the story.
Sure.
Where, you know, he starts out all namaste, namaste, motherfucker, and then like, let's go.
Yeah, but also they planted that joke, to their credit,
They did.
Earlier in the fucking movie.
And that joke works.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway. Tarek says, directed by the same guy who directed the 2005 Fantastic Four. I have no idea what that says, but it feels important.
They didn't even release that one, I don't think, did they? Or did they?
They had.
And shit.
Yeah.
2005 one? That's not the. When did
No,
the
you're
original
thinking-
one come out?
Dude, that one has Jessica Alba, Chris
That one with
Evans.
Jessica Alba. That one's good.
Yeah.
Then they did another one that wasn't so good, I guess.
No, I think I haven't seen that one. I think I have Michael P. Jordan or somebody. I don't know. I haven't seen the newest Fantastic Four movie because the reviews were that bad.
No, the original one was decent, man.
Yep.
I saw
Tarek
that
says,
shit.
2005 was Jessica Alba.
Oh yeah, that one's good. I like that one.
Oof. I don't know. I'd have to see it again, but I have heard many people on the fence on it.
Captain America plays the Human Torch in it.
Craig says, big difference between supernatural horror and slasher horror. Supernatural is about the creep factor. Slasher is more the kills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure. And I'm telling you guys, I'm off topic a little bit. Man, the more I keep seeing this Nun 2 trailer in the theaters, dude, I'm starting to really look forward to this. Like,
That shit looks scary,
it
doesn't
looks
it?
scary as fuck, man. Like, that's good. I think that's gonna be good. Fuck, we gotta watch Insidious.
Yeah. We'll get there. But Craig, in reference to your comment, true, I completely agree. But that doesn't mean you can slack off on the story for the last 40 minutes. That's my only. There we go.
I don't know.
That's it.
If you're gonna slack off on the story, you better be jabbing some metal
You better-
objects into some fucking flesh.
Yeah, you better be bringing the kills if you
Yep.
are.
Yep.
The only thing they killed was comedy.
Joseph says, newsflash, Linda Hamilton has signed on to do the next season of Stranger Things. Just heard it right now. Yeah, that's been floating around for a few days now.
Right. Yeah. That's been out for a minute.
We'll talk about that here in a second, maybe. Whole damn Enchilada says 2015 Fantastic Four was a horrible one. The ever-loving blue-eyed thing that had brown eyes. Yeah. That's how much I watch superhero movies, because I don't know. And there's Bella. What's up, Bella?
Hello.
Our Bella. Again, Bella, we need you.
Yeah, you're hired.
You're hired.
You're hired for free.
Run away from them.
But yeah, there you go. There's I guess basically our review of The Blackening. So
Blackening. We
go and
did
check it out. Let us know if you agree or disagree or whatever.
We did it. Boy.
Wait a minute. Let me look outside here. No protest outside. I think we're okay. I think we're all right.
We haven't been canceled.
We're not canceled, and
Well,
nobody cares still. So, yeah.
Okay.
so
So
I see a Polish flag in my front yard. Damn it, they got me.
they got you.
They got you. Damn it.
All right, Linda Hamilton and Stranger Things. Big news, or do you care anymore? Ziggy.
That's kind of cool, man. That's a big name, and that show's snagged a few big names as it's been going on, and this is the iconic finish of the series, so why not go out and get it as big as you possibly can? That's going to help. She's, I'm sure she wants to do something a little bigger and more original after that last fucking Terminator fell on its fucking face. My son's really excited for it.
Really?
He
Well,
loves it.
he's the demographic.
Yeah. Well, my mom loves it too, so what does that tell you? She's like 75.
Oof.
Yeah. She fucking binge watched fucking 4 seasons of that shit, dude. In
No shit.
2 weeks.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
She's semi-retired though, isn't she?
Still talking.
Not now, not this time of year.
No, that's true.
We're still talking Stranger Things. Or is that
Yeah.
what the fuck out?
All right, if you don't want to, Colonel, you can just pass.
No, that's fine. I mean, Linda Hamilton, that's a good get. There's plenty of people that love that show. I'm just like, yeah, that's cool because I don't watch it. I'll eventually circle. I don't know. I need to try to watch it again. I just didn't get into season 1.
I mean, I've watched the whole Metallica thing scene, and it out of context, it makes no sense. Has no gravity. So I was like, okay, this is
That was the last
People are
thing.
weeping and shit over it. I'm all like, what the fuck? You know, what's going on?
I just seen some metalhead in the '80s playing fucking Master of Puppets and Temple of Busting Upside Down World. That's all I cared about.
And he dedicated it to somebody, and there's people around me going, and I was like, what? What did he say? Yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I haven't been watching. So.
Jeez.
Shit, hell, fucking season premiere of Walking Dead, Dead City or whatever was fucking last night. Did you guys watch that?
I did. Well, I watched about 40 minutes of it, and it's literally the same as the end of The Walking Dead. It's just a couple of people. It's basically glorified fucking fan fiction, man. That's all it is. It's like, hey, these are two of my favorite characters. Let's make them friends and put them somewhere different. That'll be cool, right? That's pretty much what this is.
So they made a fan film.
They made a Walking Dead fan series.
Fair enough.
So let me ask you this. What would you guys be more apt to watch? Would it be the Negan Maggie? Would it be the Daryl Dixon? Or would it be the Rick and Michonne?
I'm going to watch them all, but I'd probably go with Rick and Michonne.
I'm going to go with Rick and Michonne, but I'm not going to watch any of them because I don't have AMC.
Ah, well, there you go. I'd probably say Negan for me. I like Negan. I think Negan's cool.
Yeah,
I think
Negan was cool. But then again, I haven't seen an episode in like the last 3 seasons. So I don't even 3-4 seasons. I don't even know what the fuck happened.
Negan.
Rick was gone, and I was kind of done after that. Like, all right, I'm out. So
Negan is soft now. He doesn't.
That.
Well, let me rephrase that. He's not soft, but he doesn't have as many opportunities to be the Negan that we hate but want to see, if that makes sense.
Head smashing Negan.
I love head smashing Negan, but I understand what you're saying. You love to hate him.
Right. And he hasn't had a chance to be that since, the crew captured him and basically imprisoned him and turned him into a slave in a way.
Yeah, but then he took out Alpha. That was like, oh my God, that was awesome.
And that was the best thing that's happened in 4 seasons.
That might have been the last great thing that happened on that show.
The Alpha storyline wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either.
Just her demise when he fucking got her ass, tricked her,
they drag out way too long. They drag everything out because, hey, we're going to war with Hilltop. I'm just making shit up right now. We're going to war with Hilltop. Okay, when are we going to do it? Tuesday. All right, let's get ready. And then 12 episodes of getting ready, and then flashbacks of what happened to get us all pissed off at Hilltop. Yeah. And then inside those flashbacks, you're going to have some story creation, and they're going to introduce a new character, and then that new character is going to be brought in, and you're going to be like, well, who the hell is this? Oh, that's the thing that was in the flashback, in the thing, from the thing. So, and then 14 episodes later, they're finally at war with Hilltop, and the fight takes about 20 minutes and 2 commercial breaks, and you don't care anymore. So there you go.
It's true, man.
That's my review of the last couple of years of The Walking Dead and Dead City, if that strikes your fancy.
It does strike my fancy.
It absolutely does. Okay, I want to hit all that. Okay, Faye says, I'm with Colonel. I don't have AMC Plus, but I'm interested in both Daryl and Michonne and Rick. All right.
So none of this shit is on regular AMC? Is that what you're
it's
telling
on.
me?
It is on. Yeah, it's on regular AMC, but Colonel doesn't have regular AMC in his whatever lineup he's got. Sling?
None. Hulu.
Hulu?
Craig's Hulu is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Craig says, head smashing Negan is what made us love to hate him. After he got caught, it was like he got his balls cut off. Exactly. And see, there was a great opportunity in one of the multiple seasons where he was, for lack of a better term, neutered, like you just mentioned. Where he could have been playing the whole fucking time and came out swinging and didn't. And I think that they missed a very, very good opportunity with that to reinvigorate the series. But I'm not shocked that the ratings have fallen as bad as they have.
Well, talk about beating a dead fucking horse.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm not shocked that the ratings have fallen. I'm shocked they keep making all these fucking spin-offs. Like, just let it die.
Yeah.
You'll see if it doesn't. People aren't fucking watching. That shit won't be around long.
Oh, crap. I missed this one earlier. Yoga Nature wants to know, Deadly soundtrack. Did you guys discuss that already? We didn't talk about the soundtrack in the Blackening at all. It was okay. Nothing groundbreaking.
Kind of moody, yeah.
It wasn't groundbreaking at all. No.
You know, I'll be honest, I don't listen to that kind of music, but I was tapping my feet to a couple of tunes.
Oh yeah, like the actual soundtrack, you know, the tunes they pick.
Yeah.
Lots of hip hop and rap and stuff.
Yeah. Tarek earlier had said Black Mirror saw the longest one of the new season, effectively disturbing. And a couple people have talked about this. Andy mentioned, I read that people were canceling their Netflix subscriptions over that.
Really?
Tarek says that would be interesting if true, but some earlier episodes of Black Mirror were easily as disturbing, but this season will definitely pull some triggers. I don't know a whole lot about Black Mirror, but it sounds like I need to get into it. So.
Yeah. Homework.
All right.
For you assholes.
What a dick.
Damn it. Where'd it go? We did that one. Okay. On the topic of Bronson here, we said we'd come back to it. Sammy Kerr beat Little Nicky, so how about Christopher Walken versus Sammy Kerr?
I'm going to assume Christopher Walken in the where he's the angel, Gabriel.
Prophecy? Craig mentioned that. He says Walken as Gabriel and Prophecy wins over Kerr.
I agree. I'm taking strictly Gabriel.
That's
Walken rolls Gabriel.
That
Bullshit.
it seems right, doesn't it?
No, I take Walken in almost any role over Sammy Kerr. Because Walken's a fucking badass.
No,
I mean,
all right, I'll step away from Gabriel and Prophecy. I'll say Christopher Walken from Joe Dirt. Specify a role.
You're talking to my friend all wrong.
Nah, I'll take the Air Force colonel who brings the watch back from Pulp Fiction.
Up his ass.
that guy could survive a fucking Sammy Kerr attack.
I'll take the dude from the Dead Zone.
That's a good
I
one.
really thought he was going to go True Romance.
Oh fuck, it's another good one.
Oh man, that is a good one.
I just figured since it took place in Detroit, started the films, I was going to be all over it.
Oh jeez.
He has an epic scene in that movie.
I guess that's one way to
since
go out, man.
1984.
What?
All right. Joseph says, since we're talking about really good TV horror right now, is anyone else watching From, one of the scariest shows on TV currently? Is that MGM Plus? I think.
I'll be honest, I hadn't even heard of it, to be honest.
I've
Just
heard
finished.
of it.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this. Just finished episode 9 of season 2. Holy shit! All right, I'll check it out. Craig says, even in the Alpha arc, he could have done more with it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And there was a point right before the Alpha arc, I think, where he had a chance to get out and be Negan again, and they didn't go that route.
Didn't go that route in the comics either, though.
Tarek said Negan's shift was literally to transition from selling to the fans to selling to everyone after ratings started sliding, I think. But Yeah. Okay. Now, granted, Negan's introduction, fucking shocking as hell. And some of the stuff that goes on during that season, yes, shocking, yes. But you have to have a villain that you hate, and he was it when he was first introduced.
Well, he killed beloved Glenn.
Yeah. So
that was the thing, though. He killed Abraham first. Everyone went, "Oh, thank God!"
Right.
It was relief. That was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
People were fucking. They were sick after that happened. Like, oh my God. I was like, well,
Yeah, that's one good thing about Walking Dead's popularity. Tate just going down the fucking toilet. Jesus Christ. It's so nice now that the biggest fandom we have to fight at conventions are Scream fans. It was terrible when you had all those Walking Dead fans at these conventions, man.
I mean, fuck, they had conventions just for The Walking Dead.
I know, but man, remember, it's like every fucking convention we went to the first few years, it's full of Walking Dead fans walking around for the cast, and it's like nothing against them. I mean, they're like horror light fans. They're like light beer drinkers.
Well, that's what I mean. That's a mass appeal to that show, and it made those people come out.
I know, but it made the convention so overcrowded and fucking sucky.
What kind of light beer there, Colonel? What kind of light beer?
Modelo, or I don't know.
The #1 selling beer in America right now. No.
Modelo.
God, idiots. All right. Faye says there was a fun moment where one of the characters kicked some ass to some rap music. I only recognized 80s and 90s rap, but it sounded all right. Yeah, the fight scene Allison had was pretty fun. And the soundtrack worked with
Wolverine shit. She's all holding.
I don't know, but it was funny.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah,
that was the other time it got bloody.
Yeah. Well, but you could barely see it except for, when it splashed up into the air or whatever. Craig says Black Mirror is good, some sci-fi, some horror, overall good. Tarek says, oh my God, yes, Crank, fuck these guys. You need to get into Black Mirror. I call it horror, but only because it's like traumatically disturbing. Patricia says Black Mirror is kind of like Twilight Zone with technology. All right.
Yeah, that's cool. I can see. Fine. I can get behind that. I like that kind of shit. Fucking Crank.
Wait a minute. Roseblood. What's up, Peter? He says, what's up, boys?
What's up, Peter? Uh-oh.
He says, FYI, Death Curse Society is coming on to the Peter Anthony show. Stay tuned. Have a great idea. Also,
yeah. I think we've just been booked.
Wait. You've got to talk to our agent, sir. I'll redirect you to our agent because I don't know anything about this yet.
We're booked. What?
You better open that checkbook.
Damn it. Of course, Peter. Of course.
It's going to cost you $7.75 each piece.
Yeah, right.
Just fucking with you, Peter. Yeah, give us a call. Let us know what's going on. Okay, yoga. Cool. Thanks again. Might drift off onto Schroeder cat videos now. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, we're here every Monday. Come back and downward dog us again.
Anytime.
That sounded a lot weirder than I meant it to, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
What the hell is the matter with you anyway?
Rosie says, I love Black Mirror. The first ever episode is crazy. You have to watch at least the first one. All right, fine.
Done.
Start it. Craig says, when I saw Glenn get bashed, my jaw literally dropped. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to watch that fucking episode again.
I was like, yes. Because I was not a fan of Glenn at that point.
Yeah, I was a fan of Glenn. Yeah, I was a fan of Glenn, but I appreciate ballsy storytelling, and that.
Also, I appreciate knowing the fucking comic books. I wasn't as shocked as other people that it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, right. But still, when they took out Abraham first, everyone thought, okay, good. It's not Glenn. I can deal with this. And then, he got it too. And it was like,
he'll keep an eye out for you.
Yep. Ugh. And all the memes that followed were so fucking funny.
Yep. And actually, Tarek was talking about the thing I miss most about The Walking Dead was the onslaught of memes questioning why all the lawns were mowed.
Yep.
Rosie still can't watch the Glenn scene. Yoga Nature says, thanks for not mortally injuring me or each other horror cultured peoples. Not at all. No, we're just a couple of shit talkers that like to have fun. So, Craig says, don't be talking too bad about Modelo. You might get crucified down here.
I have nothing against Modelo. Now, Corona, I won't drink that shit. That shit's fucking gross. Like, that's
Isn't it
something
all
you don't even
Anheuser-Busch?
drink. When I just turned 21, yeah, I drink Corona. But it's shit. I won't drink it.
Bronson says, I apologize for being on top. Not a problem, man. We just, we try to stay focused, but we even fall off the rails sometimes.
Yes.
There's just so many questions. I'm not always sure when to ask them. We probably got an AMA coming up at some point.
Yeah.
So
make sure you show up for that one, and you can fire away, baby.
Oh, dude,
or even at the end of our reviews or interviews, like this time, when we're winding down, ask away, man. We'll answer anything you got.
Peter says, agent has been notified. Check your email.
Oh, I just got this in the mail, guys. All right, we got some cash money coming in from Peter. Thanks, dude.
Oh, thanks, Peter.
Done deal.
We're booked.
What the fuck? All I got was a drawing of him that says "fuck you, love the Mad Cuban." I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Andy says the first Black Mirror episode almost kept me from watching more. I'm glad I stuck with it. All right.
Well, you guys got me intrigued now. I'm gonna turn that shit on right when I'm done here.
I delivered pizza with one of the goons that was surrounding the group during that legendary scene when Negan got smashed. Oh, nice. You mentioned that the other day. I didn't. That's cool though. He was an extra, I assume.
Tough times, I guess. Fuck. Delivering pizzas.
He was an extra in The Walking Dead, bro. One second.
He just happened to be. Yeah, he happened to be in Georgia at the right time.
Yeah.
Rosie says, I'm looking forward to Terrifier 3, as I'm pretty sure we all are.
We all are. I mean, I don't know. Craig, you're probably the least
Probably.
looking forward to it out of us, but that's still not saying he's not looking forward to it.
I'm still looking forward to it because I want some fucking questions answered.
Well, that's what I mean. Next time we get Damien, if we ever get him cornered, where we just got him, where we, not at a convention where there's hundreds of thousands of people trying to talk to him, and we'll nail him down. Because I got to tell him, like, look, motherfucker, don't be asking a bunch of questions when you're not answering the motherfucking ones you've already asked. These are the ones we need to find out now, and then throw us a few at the end of this one, and we'll be good for Terrifier 4.
While I'm waiting for Terrifier 3, I'm still pissed that Terrifier isn't showing at a theater anywhere close to me.
Oh, the re-release?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. I like to see it on the big screen.
I might go seek that out.
Yeah, I may try to track that down. That's next month, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Then towards the end of the month, so you guys should be back.
I got a good bit for if we ever do get a Damien Leone interview.
Did you see the stupid? Did we do the proximity?
Okay.
Sorry,
never mind.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Proximity.
Damien
what?
Leone.
No, proximity to what?
Arizona. They're doing the Dylan's.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna be kind of
the same weekend.
Yeah.
Well, it's another 8 hours away. I think.
Yeah, never mind.
But yeah, I am a little not weirded out, but I am a little concerned that Morgan Crypt and what is that one? Not Mad Monster, not Monster Mania. What is that one called?
It was Mad Monster, wasn't it?
Was it a Mad Monster? No, it's something else. It's something close to
Monster Palooza.
No. Anyway, but that one is going on at the same time because I don't know. It may have just happened. That may have been the only weekend
Party. Mad Monster Party.
Okay, yeah, it is Mad Monster. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Ooh, Robert Englund.
There we go. Yeah, and he's going to be there too. Yeah. Faye says, yeah, he was a gig actor down in Georgia before moving up here. See? Ended up doing a few small but cool parts like that. All background parts. Never spoke a line, but ended up in some cool scenes like that one.
There you have it. Probably got stories.
Oh, shit. What was... Wait, what? Oh, no. It's getting posted, Tarek. Yeah. Terrifier featuring Megan with the E's as 3s. Okay, I'll throw out...
You're fired.
I'll throw a Bronson question out. Terrifier versus Megan. Go.
Terrifier, hands down. I don't even fucking think about this.
Come on, dude. That thing will be disemboweled in about.
It's a
4
robot.
seconds. Yeah,
It's a robot, though.
He'll have
Marcus
some
Brown would
new-
take that out in fucking 2 seconds. Man, he would fucking kill her, make her, like, tear her up, make her his fucking weapons.
That's what I was saying. There'll be pieces of her sticking through baseball bats and stuff, and he'll be fucking shanking people with rib cage and stuff.
So then the baseball bats would be talking to you like, "Hey, would you like to do a little dance?" Well, bam.
It's going to talk to Art. Don't forget to flush the toilet.
You missed a spot of blood on your suit right there.
Good God.
Oh shit! Hold on. Tarek says, "Yeah, Art versus Megan isn't a movie; it's a TikTok clip, and she's dead now." All right, Bronson. One more question. It's a movie related. Have you guys ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or The Last Detail? So, what are your thoughts on these movies? Nicholson is in them. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, one of the greatest play to film adaptations ever made.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
I agree. The One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I'll be honest, Bronson, I have not seen The Last Detail. So this choice is very easy for me.
Yeah, it's all about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is an epic, funny, disturbing. It's everything. It's
It's a good movie.
a perfect fucking movie. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've seen The Last Detail, but you know what I mean. Nothing
I've seen it, but it's been years.
stands out like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You know, like the shot therapy scene and all that shit. I mean, it's dude, and the fucking end. You know what I mean? It's just yeah. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's all you need.
There you go. All right. Hope that helps you. And even Faze jumped in. He said One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is fantastic. Agreed. I love that movie. I don't know. I got to start watching Black Mirror soon.
I haven't seen that in a few years. I need to rewatch that.
I was going to say I need to rewatch it.
I need to rewatch that and Easy Rider one day. I love Easy Rider. I haven't seen it forever, though.
I've been sitting here. If I'm playing poker, I pop a movie in over here. You know, I've been watching The Fog I had on and Escape from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Actually got Lorena sent these goofy ass go-go fucking monster movies from the 50s and 60s and shit, dude. They're fucking wacky. And I got them to work now, so I'm tripping out on that shit too. And those aren't conducive to playing poker though, man, because like some of the dialogue you hear, you just like, what the fuck? You have to turn and look at it, you know. It's,
right.
Yeah, I'm disturbed by a lot of this stuff.
Rosie wants to know, have you guys seen The Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman?
Is
yes.
it safe?
And
is it safe?
I think so.
Is it safe?
Is it safe?
Is it safe?
Based on this joke.
Is it safe?
Get that.
Is it safe?
No, get that. Get
Is
that
it
out
safe?
of here. Get that out of here.
That shit was horrible, man.
Yeah. That's one of the better the ending 15 minutes of a movie that in The Marathon Man. I haven't seen it in a while, but I enjoyed it. Craig wants to know, I'm trying to get some of these here. Are you guys going to do the Colorado Festival of Horror? I don't know. I don't know if Brett's watching. Are we going to do Brett? Are we going to do? Check your email, Brett.
We need to dot some I's and cross some T's. We hope we're at Colorado Festival of Horror. We're absolutely willing to be at Colorado Festival of Horror to bring the live stage presentation of Curse Your Luck. Brett, if you're watching. So yeah, check your email and let's get this done, man. Colorado needs this too. And Zag needs to smoke some Colorado weed. Woo!
There you go. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up.
That's about it.
See, Rosie says, you're creeping me out, Ziggy. Yeah, he does that to most women.
Dude, he's a fucking creep. No,
Many wonder how I procreated at all,
Even once.
even
Right.
once.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill
everybody's
Cosby.
desperate one time or another, man.
Oh, my God, no.
Thank God.
I'm glad,
Colonel was talking.
Colonel was talking over that. Jesus Christ.
That was bad.
Derek says, he does that to most women. I'm dead now. Yeah, well, am I wrong? Okay.
Eric,
I'm not sure if that means you
Eric
stay
knows
out
for
of
real better than us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Ziggy's about to scold Tarek for like, wait,
no,
don't go too
I
far.
may have dated an office mate of his or someone near his office at some point, but that was then. It's fine. It doesn't need to be brought up now.
Oh, well, now what happens? Okay, we're gonna go another 30 minutes, folks, and we're gonna talk to Tarek about what happened here. No, we're
Dr.
not. We're
fucking
not.
Phil here now? What the fuck?
That was like in 1995.
Whole damn enchilada. I'll get back to you on your comment, but thank you for that. And yeah, so gang, thanks for tuning in. I want to once again thank our members, our final girls and guys: Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, Charles, Tanya, and Tyrone. Our crazy Ralphs, Raymond, and potentially somebody new next week.
Welcome. God dang it. Welcome.
And our camp counselors, Corey, Michigan Dave, S. Michael,
You're
Stacy
almost
Lynn,
there, man. You're almost there. Hang in there.
Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, Canadian Dave, not Pasadena Dave, but Canadian Dave still, only Pasadena Dave temporarily, and JJ. Thank you guys. Colonel, what do you got to say that could possibly top the last 2 hours?
That could possibly top the last 2 hours. Nothing. Nothing unless you want us to get canceled.
Okay, good.
Mobile Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, comp routine, Rich Pryor, and it's just not going to be right coming out of my mouth. So instead of doing that, I just want to say thank you for joining us as we reviewed The Blackening. Sorry I was so negative about this film, but if you haven't seen it, at least give it a shot. You might like it. It's worth at least one viewing, and I get to spoil it this week. Be sure and tune in, especially for the people watching who may be natives of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Because, yes, that's right. I don't know their names. So great.
It's Jeff and Beth. Jeff and Beth.
Jeff and Beth will both be here next Monday for an interview to give us all the details on the first annual Morgan Crypt Horror Convention in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So you don't want to miss that. So make sure you're washing your dicks and don't get sick. And don't smell like a Scuba Steve. Use Summer's Eve. And don't fight killers on high on Adderall. They'll be doing all kinds of weird shit.
That's true. Ziggy.
I
know, right?
What do I say after that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, yeah, folks, dudes, ladies, guys, gals, we love you, man. Thanks so much for coming in and dealing with this nonsense every single week. It's therapy, I think, all the way around. I hope it is. I hope you guys get something out of it. But otherwise,
Therapy, this is
really
fucking anxiety driven for me.
fucking psychotic. You know, and Jeff and Beth, we may even have a little surprise for them next week. This is more than just your standard interview. We'll see. I know. I'm going to tell them what. That's just going to make more anxiety now if they're watching. But we'll see. We got something for you. But yeah, we've got all kinds of shit coming at you as we fall over the hill and head for Albuquerque, New Mexico for Morgan and Crypt, the first annual Morgan Crypt horror convention. Fuck, man. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And it's all focuses on this now, believe it. I mean, all of it. Everything we're doing now is leading to this.
Yes.
And we're fucking ready, man. I haven't been this ready for something, you know, fucking going as a band, going in to record a record, going to a big show somewhere, opening for somebody. We are fucking on this shit. So DCS is fucking ready.
I got a box of our included gifts for the VIP gift bags over there, and I got to start prepping
Is that the
tomorrow.
one for me?
I got both of them.
Ah.
I got
Wow, that was fucking fast.
the
man.
big box and your little box, and I am still waiting on the other little box.
Yes, that's fine.
And I ordered the other thing today, so that may
yes.
take a couple days too. But
You VIPers at Albuquerque, yes, we've got a little something for you to help you with your inaugural experience. At
one of the
Morgan Crypt.
necessities,
Oh, yeah.
necessities of any convention that you ever go to.
They sell out every fucking time, so
Yes.
you'll be thanking us.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
you'll be thanking us like these assholes thank me for their first convention because I always have spares of this item. And they're like, oh, I didn't think about it. I'm like,
Well, luckily now we're all gonna have spares for a little while.
Oh yeah, we're loaded now. Man. But it's not stopping. We're so fucking booked. I've never seen our books this fucking booked, and it's all cool shit. And I can't wait to share it all with you as we get down the road through the summer. It's gonna be great, man. Live Curse Your Fucking Luck coming at you soon.
Jay, ask us that question next week when we're not about to close out the show, because that's a great question. And I want to spend some time on it because I probably could, but I can't do it right now because, well, someone has to take a Ziggy. So I will just wrap it up and say thank you for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Fuck you!
Okay, I don't think I can do it. All right. Thank you for tuning in. And fucking Dracula just came up on my phone telling me to fuck you. All right. Take two.
Get together.
Thank you for tuning in. I was fine until you. Thank you for tuning in to Death Curse Society. We are having a blast with this, if you can't tell right now. And yeah, we can't wait for Morgan Crypt, Craig, Bella, anybody else down there, Jeff and Beth. We'll see you guys soon. And thanks. Next week Jeff and Beth will be on. Jeffrey and Bethany will be on the show to discuss the upcoming Morgan Crypt. So tune in for that. It's going to be a blast. And guys, I gotta go. We'll catch you next week.
Guido shot first.
That's right.
Woo!